There we go. Okay. So welcome to the first ever Socrates Café in Nisyros. This is where my YiaYia and pappou are from, and they left and entered the U.S. through Ellis Island during the Italian occupation here. And my YiaYia missed Nisyros every day of her life. And she became the first teacher of Hellenic culture and Greek language in Tampa when they finally settled there. And I promised her I would do this someday. And she died when I was 12, and I forgot everything that she taught me except for some certain values.
What was her name?
Calliope Socrates Philippou. And so this is Arete, Live a Life of Excellence. And this is Meraki, Live a Life of Soul and Passion and Commitment. And so this is our very first gathering here. And so I started Socrates Café in the United States in 1996. And it was a time of great division in the United States. It was just before the Bill Clinton impeachment proceedings.
Oh, that was nothing.
It was not, I know. What is it? Hey, you're filming. What are you doing? Is it filming? Okay. And so, you see how professional I am? Is it filming?
It's surreal, my
So
friend.
the sign my beautiful wife did for me, it's incredible. My wife, Ceci, and I met Ceci at a Socrates Cafe. And as I told you, she was the only one who came. And so that was 1996. And so here's what's happening. And I want to dedicate this to my father, Alexandros Philippou. He died under very unexpectedly tragic circumstances. He and I were planning a trip here when he passed, just several months later, and he wasn't in good company. So this is, I carry my pappou, my YiaYia, and my father on my shoulders. And it's light, it's not heavy.
It's not?
No, it's because I keep my dad was really proud of the legacy that he feels like I was leaving. And this is part of the promise I kept to my YiaYia when I was 12. When my friends were going swimming and playing baseball, I was at her feet learning about Greek Hellenic culture, the best and most beautiful things about it. And I forgot all about it, I thought, until 1996. And I thought, you know what? I'm tired of complaining about the politicians. What can I do? And so I went back and thought about the different kind of questions and answers, catechisms that she held with me, never telling me I was right or wrong, but why? Support your view. What speaks for and against these views? Because the idea is that there's plenty of places to argue, plenty of places to debate. But what about listening and just asking and exploring and maybe finding unexpected connections that we otherwise would never discover? So my grand plan had been to have one Socrates Cafe where I started in Montclair, New Jersey. And so now there's about 500 around the world. I was very surprised when it started flourishing in the Middle East. But people want to become more autonomous. They want to be able to ask their own questions. And they want others, whether they know them or not, to explore with them. And quite often somebody you've known for 25 years, you might say, wow, I didn't know you thought that. And that's the beauty sometimes of this kind of inquiry. If I thought I knew the answers, I wouldn't do this. But what I wanted to do was be a little bit more part of the solution than the problem.
So, a question. So don't you think we have less of that listening and debating today, here or in the U.S. or all over the world than in the past?
I don't know. I mean, where I go in the U.S., I would say probably yes.
Didn't we have somebody killed because somebody didn't agree with that?
I mean, the increasing off-the-charts acts of political violence and revenge and retribution as something that and that crosses the political spectrum is a phenomenon that, at least in my 66 years, even though of course we've had, I mean, when I was growing up, when I spent 3 years in Washington, D.C., Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated, RFK was assassinated. There was also the assassination of others.
Yes.
The George Lincoln Rockwell, the head of the American Nazi Party, assassinated. So there was that. There were riots. My dad would, 2 days after the riots, after Dr. King was tragically assassinated, we were driving through the area with smoke, but he wanted us to witness it. And he also took me to the anti-poverty campaign. People after Dr. King's death came from around the world and formed this enormous tent city. And we went inside. My dad played the piano. He was a self-taught piano player, boogie woogie music. Because his father, my pappou, I'm named after him, Philip, died when my dad was 7. And so my dad had to play piano at taverns and dance halls to support the family, his brother and sister and his mother. So anyway, so welcome to the first ever, Chris Phillips at least, inaugurated Socrates Café.
You're welcome.
If you don't think